Okay, we're here with tight ends coach Marques Tuiasosopo. We'll go ahead and if you have a question, let me know in the chat. We'll start with Jake Curtis.
I didn't know I put a question in there, but
Well, let's start with Trace Travers in. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. Coach, good to see you. When you guys released a depth chart today, you had Colin Moore at the top of that, and we heard from Coach Musgrave that he's been someone who's excelled during this fall camp. What stood out about what he's been able to do?
Hey, great to see you too, Trace. Colin Moore has just been a stalwart in terms of doing the right thing from day one. His work ethic, he's one of the hardest working guys on this team. And, through this camp, he's just shown to be very reliable. He very few MEs showed up on his grading reports after each practice. He brings great energy, a lot of enthusiasm. I mean, he loves being a Cal Bear football player, and it shows.
Can you remind me what ME stands for?
Mental error.
There we go.
Yep.
There we go. And Coach Musgrave has also mentioned that there are a few guys kind of working their way up, and the younger dudes like Elijah and Jake Muller, among others, and Nick Alton. What have those guys done? Have they managed to play their way into, more playing time, even though they're younger?
For all those guys, they needed time. Even though Nick and Maharo have been here, they were low on the depth chart. They were on the scout team for most of the season. And so for them to be able to jump in there and get reps with the first group or the second group and just really build some confidence, it's been a great camp for those guys. And they've had their moments. And I'll tell you what, it's a great group. And I said that last year, but they're great young men. They love being here. And so it's fun seeing those guys develop.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to David Bush from Bear Insider.
excuse me, yeah, Coach. What kind of a camp has Tongas had up to date?
Tongas is right in the mix, man. He's doing great, just as you expect. As long as he's athletic, catch the ball. He's improved his blocking. He's done well, and so certainly excited to see, how it goes for him this season. But as the whole group has been, they kind of just taken on this mantra of playing hard, playing with physicality, and they've focused on bringing that every day. And so for me as a coach, it's been fun. I don't have to talk about that much. I get to really just coach up the technique and have fun with them because they're really focused on doing those things that are necessary to play the tight end position.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll go to Rusty Simmons from the Chronicle.
Sorry, Coach, I got another thing going on in the background, but I hope you can hear me. I was going to ask about a cool graphic that Cal put out this week about the tight ends that Coach Musgrave has coached. How much has that helped you and what you're trying to do with developing the tight ends?
Having Coach Musgrave here and just his extensive experience of calling plays with great tight ends and it's absolutely helped me out recruiting. We can get in conversations that maybe we couldn't before. Guys are excited to see that, he has had that NFL coaching experience and then the tangible evidence of seeing the guys that he's coached. There's some all pros on that list. I mean, we all know the names and it's a long list. And so it's fired up our guys on the team. It's fired up the guys that we're recruiting. It's fun for me because I can go out and try to go get the best and bring them back here to Berkeley to be a great student athlete. So I've enjoyed it, and it's definitely perked up the tight end recruiting for sure.
Yeah, that's right. And I was going to ask you about probably a basic question, but your quarterback eyes and what tight ends have to see and do. How much does that help in what you're coaching them up on right now?
I think the experience that I have as a quarterback in terms of the overall offense and kind of relaying how I can help the tight ends on our team is just to understand, I think timing in the passing game. Obviously there's run blocking elements to where, I can help the tight ends, understand, what the quarterbacks are going to do within our system. But I think the intricacy of, if you're the third progression in a route, there's no reason to be, too quick on your route to not get your whole depth. And I think that helps them. They got to be there for the quarterback, when they need to be there. And I think that's helped to see the bigger picture, just past my sole job. And so I know I've gotten some feedback from our players that, once they grasp the terminology, they grasp a play. Okay, when this play is called, I have this route. When they can see the bigger picture, it's helped their development in terms of just growing their confidence within our system and, playing fast.
Great stuff. Thanks, Coach.
No
Okay,
problem.
we'll move back to Trace Travers. Rivals.
Yeah, Rusty just reminded me of something with the National Tight End Day, like I want to say a week and a half ago. I know that came from George Kittle and everything, but how much, has emphasizing the tight end in that manner kind of helped with, you said they don't need the motivation, but you're using more of the tight end in this offense. How much has that helped you?
And I think everyone wants to feel a part of something. And, I think you talk about the O-line and they do a lot of the heavy lifting and don't get much glory. And then, you got the tight ends and kind of the fullbacks, and they kind of have their hand in everything. And so it's kind of something that they can rally behind and have some fun with, so they can help them do their part for their team. And we kind of took it and run with it. We saw it last year. We talked about it, and then it came around this year. And it's funny. I mean, the group, they love George. We talk about him. A lot of the stuff that we've been doing last year and even this year, we'll go pull up some 49er film and see some of the same routes that we'll run and watch him do it. And they get a kick out of it. And then to have something like that at National Tight End Day and just kind of have fun with it, just brings an energy, to the position group and to the fullback group, because they're the honorary tight ends. It's just something fun, and football's a great game. So you don't need too much motivation, but anytime you can add a little bit more, just to create that camaraderie, not only on your team, but I think across the nation with the position group, it kind of makes it a little special.
Yeah, and we haven't really talked about Gavin too much at your position. What has he done throughout the fall camp that you guys had?
Yeah, Gavin's doing well. I mean, the thing about Gavin is you look at Gavin and you think, man, is he really a tight end? And because he's a little bit on the smaller side, but he can run, and he's done a great job blocking for us. And so it's been a very competitive camp amongst all of them, and that just helps everybody from top to bottom, because you got to bring it every day. Guys make plays, guys see how they're blocking, whether it's in the run game or the pass game. And Gavin's an old guy that has been around, kind of like Colin. He's got some experience, and he's playing confidently.
Yeah. And one final thing to shift gears, you guys are playing Washington on Saturday. You obviously have a lot of history with the school, having played there and coached there. What do you kind of, do you look forward to a game like this, or is it just another one for you?
I get that question a lot. I don't know if you believe me, but it's funny. I mean, I got teammates that ask me, I got friends that ask me. I look forward to any game and every game that the guys that I get to coach on a daily basis get to play, because that's what they live for. They put a lot of time and energy into developing themselves and, making themselves a better player. And so, it honestly doesn't affect me. It's like another team. Do I see the logo over there and I recognize it because that's where I played, but I'm so focused in the guys that I play and with the coaches that I coach with. I'm invested in them. And so it really doesn't hit me like you might think, like if I didn't coach and I was a fanatic for my school, that I'm sure it's a different story, but, I'm invested in the guys that I coach and the guys that I coach with, that, I'm part of the team and we're all working for the same goal. And so I just get excited to play, and I'm thrilled that we get to play this year. And, we're taking it day by day, and we're just trying to be as smart as we can so that we can get to that game day so we all can do what we want to do. And that's coach for me, and then see my guys, play well, because they put a lot of hard work and time into it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay, we'll go to Rusty Simmons with the Chronicle.
Coach, I was going to ask you about tomorrow. Sounds like you guys are going to take most, if not all, of Election Day off for the players. Wondering if you ever experienced that as at Washington or as a pro, getting a day off for Election Day.
I can't recall that that's ever happened. So it's kind of a new thing for me as well. And so, it's kind of been a funny year with COVID this year. So I kind of just chalk it up to that, and we've done, I think, a good job with scheduling. So, I don't think our guys will miss a beat. They'll have the opportunity to do what is probably the greatest civic duty, is go vote and put their decisions down on paper. And then it's a good day for us to get some rest, and then we'll move forward, come Wednesday.
And you kind of hit on it there. I'm wondering what you think about that the program has recognized this voice and given the players a chance to get out there and do that.
I mean, I think it's great. I think some other Pac-12 schools might be doing it too, and it may be happening across the nation. I'm not so sure, but they got their schoolwork, deal with. They have football to deal with, and now they have a chance to be part of society and do something that a lot of people have done. So the fun part for me is, it's not like a professional situation where you just literally coaching, athletes, and it's a business, but you get to help develop the whole person. And so I'm excited for our guys to have that opportunity, like we all have. And like I said, I'm sure I'm going to get a call like I normally do in all my off days, like from Colin Moore, who wants to go over the film another time. It's not just one time. And Jake Muller's going to ask me what this term means in our offense again. And so they'll have that opportunity to take care of their normal responsibilities, but also have that time to vote. So it fires me up as an American, and so I'm excited about it.
Much appreciated. Thanks, Coach.
Yep, no problem.
Okay, guys, we'll give about 3 more seconds. If you have a final question, make sure you let me know in the chat. Otherwise, we'll let Tui go. All right, Tui, I think we're good. Thank you so much.
Hey, guys, appreciate your time. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Coach.